This is the plaintiff, Maxine Span. She says she and the defendant have been good friends forever, and she's shocked and appalled to be here in court with her. But what's right is right. She loaned her $240. The defendant won't pay her back, and she needs the judge to tell the woman she's in the wrong and to pay up. So she's suing. This is the defendant, Charisse Dunlap. She says the plaintiff told her the money she gave her was a gift, then turns around and changes her tune saying it was a loan. Her son even threatened her. She called the cops and she's sticking to her guns because the money was a gift. She's accused of unfriending a friend.
All parties, please raise your right hand. Be seated. Come to order, please. Litigants have been sworn, Your Honor.
Thank you, Douglas. Maxine Span?
Yes.
You are suing your forever friend, Charisse, not so forever, Charisse Dunlap for $240 of a loan that she has not paid you back, and you say she owes you. What happened?
Me and Charisse talks every day. We normally talk every day on the phone. She's an old friend. So what had happened was around July the 6th, she was telling me that her mother was going on a trip to Atlanta and that her daughter needed $300 to go with her mother because the mother didn't have the money, didn't make enough, or the father. Or
okay. So you loaned her the $300?
I loaned her the $300 on July the 14th.
And when was there an agreement that she was going to pay you back?
She said on July the 17th, she said I would make two payments. One payment, $150, and the following Friday, another $150.
Okay.
Well, when it came
Had you ever loaned her money before?
Well, we loaned each other, but never that much.
Okay.
So when it came time to pay me, that Friday night, she didn't call, she didn't show. So at 9 o'clock, I called her. She was at a club. So I called, and she said, oh, don't worry about it. I'll be home. Still no call, no show. So then I text her. She texted me. She said, I'll meet you in the nail salon Saturday. So she sent me this long text saying, how do you think that I owe you $300?
Oh, let me see the text.
Yes, when you made this money at the casino, you did whatever for everybody else. Why do I owe you?
What? You mean because you went to the casino and you made a lot of money? How much money did you make?
Because I went to the casino.
Wait, how much money did you make?
I made $7,000.
Good for you. How?
Yeah, and this is my friend right here.
Okay. The other gambler? Okay, and how did you...
I gave a lot of people, because I'm a giving person.
You are. So how did you make the, how did you make the 7,000? On what?
On the monkeys.
On the monkeys.
I was playing the monkeys.
You were playing the monkeys.
Yes, that's the name of the game. So
okay.
She feels as though, she said that she misunderstood me when I passed her the $300 in T-Mobile that day. I had purchased an iPhone and my son was there. He witnessed me giving her the money, and even bought some shrimps and French fries that day. After that, So then she said she misunderstood me. I wish I could have did more for you. Well, I have a grandson that just passed in March. I'm still paying off my funeral arrangements for him. He was 2 years old, and she knows that I'm going through chemo. My first day of chemo, I was bringing her child home from school. I picked up her kid every day and brought him from school. Then my son would do that when I didn't feel well. So after that, she texted me and she said, well, I got $60 for you. That was that Sunday. So I came over there and I got the $60 because I really needed my money. And then she texted me at the end and said, I'm not giving you blank else. So then I took my son, because me and her had a real bad fight one time before. I took my son. In the past. She showed up at my doorstep when my grandson passed in March. So what else I'm gonna do? I took her, took her back. She took me back, I took her back. She knew my grandson. So then.
I'm sorry.
So then when I called my son and I took her to her house.
She thought that and she thought that was confrontational.
But I don't know why, because my son is used to picking her kid when I didn't feel well up from school. And he knows her very well. They went to school together. And she felt as though that he was threatening her just because he said, Reese, you know you borrowed this money from my mother, give it back to her. So when they went inside there, they opened the door and then they went in. And then I heard all kind of utensils rattling. So me and my son, we just
Had
left.
the prior fight that you talked about, when you said we had a fight in the past, you mean physical?
Physical.
Physical?
And I'm 58 years old, and this girl is old enough to be my child.
You folks had a physical fight?
Yeah.
How long ago was that?
That was in 2008, December 2008. At that time, I was drinking a lot, and she was using drugs at that time. So
Yes.
we had a situation that got completely out of control, which landed us both in.
What happened? Did she loan you $300?
What happened with the $300 was I met up with her, and the deal was that I was supposed to give her the $150 that Friday, and then the following Friday, $150 again. She gave me the
So
money.
it was a loan from the beginning?
Yes, she gave me the money outside of the store. She says to me, Sharice, you have always been there for me because mostly I was the one lending money to her, and she never had to pay me anything back. I wasn't holding anything over her head. Her exact words to me were, you've always been there for me, and I'm gonna do this for you. I wish I could have done more. Don't even worry about it.
Never said that.
Those were her.
By then you already had the money, right?
Yes, I was still standing there with
Okay,
her. That was
go
on
ahead.
a Wednesday. So I'm explaining to her that I did not, maybe I took your words out of context because you're asking for the money now. However, I did pay some bills. I said, I'm gonna give you something. I said, the following week, I'm gonna make another payment, then the following week, the last payment. I apologize. You did use a poor choice of words. I was not trying to keep her money from her at all. I gave her a breakdown of what I got paid that week and what I did with the money. I told her what I had left. I needed to do grocery shopping because I don't want to have my kids in the house starving. I said, I'm going to give you
Why
something.
are you looking at her with that nasty look?
No, I didn't give her a nasty look.
Right now, right this second.
No, but that's how we talk.
Okay.
That's just really how we are.
Okay.
So I told her that. I said, you can come pick up the money.
Why did she have to come pick up the money?
Because that's what we did.
And what about...
But
Hold on.
let me finish.
Don't
So-
talk to her directly. Go
Thank
ahead.
you. So that's what we did. I said, you can wait here, or I can come back and you can get it from me. She rushed to the house. She got it from my fiance, and from what he told me, she was in the hallway and she was really loud and she was upset and she wanted.
But I thought that's just how you guys talk.
No, more so.
Only you can talk like that.
No,
Thank
we
you.
both do. We both
okay.
do.
So what was she saying?
So he told me that she was yelling and she was saying about, she has cancer and she's going through her chemo, and that she was picking my daughter up from school and all those things, which was appreciated. I didn't really need her to do so, and I also
Was she
paid
doing
her.
that for free?
No, I was paying her
okay.
to do that. So it's
All
not
right.
like she
All
was
right.
getting something
So
from
she's
it.
getting mad. Okay, but why are we here? Why are we here, Sharice?
kept-
Because
I
here's what
have
I'm
to-
looking at. I'm looking at people who've known each other a long time, who've
I
been
love
friends
that
a long.
woman.
What?
I love that woman. She is.
I know
she
you
is
do.
my friend, and
know you
I
do.
told
And
her
yet,
that I was
look
sorry.
at you. For
I
the
was sorry
second
that the
time, you guys have a
situation-
huge problem, and now your huge problem has landed you in the people's court. You know you owe her the money
Yes.
originally, but then you felt like, oh, well, then she changed her mind about it being a loan. But
Yes.
for me, for the judge, the question is, what was it originally? She denies that she ever told you could let it float. Maybe
She
she
didn't
meant
say
when
it in
she
those
said,
words.
I wish I could do more. Maybe she meant, I wish I could do more besides helping you to get this money
Yeah.
sooner by loaning it to you. Maybe that's what she meant, as opposed to you can keep it. But either way, when you guys realize that there's a misunderstanding and you say, okay, I'm going to budget, I'm going to pay you back, weren't you already budgeting because you were supposed to pay one payment on Friday and then the other payment the next Friday?
Exactly.
Because that's how you were going to do it. Your
Yes.
expenses didn't all of a sudden magic. So all of a sudden now you're telling her, well, now you're going to get it in 3 parts and you're going to get it when I
Whenever.
want. And so she's a little angry because she feels put upon. And then you, instead of saying, zipping your mouth and then just kind of going through it, you actually said, well, I'm not going to pay you anything. Why did you say I'm not going to pay you anything?
Because how the situation happened with her, it's between me and her. And we're dealing with this between me and her.
Well, now apparently it's between the 3 of us.
Yeah, she called my parents on the phone, and she's saying all these things to my father. She told my father before I even got home that she was outside of my building waiting for me with her son. He has never been to my house before. There was no reason for him to be there.
Has he picked up your kids?
He did pick up my daughter from school.
Do you know
I do
him?
know. Yes, I do know
okay.
him. I knew
All
him
right,
first.
So go ahead.
So what happened was I opened the door and I'm explaining to him what happened. He's getting really loud now. You're gonna give my mother the money. I'm not trying to hear that. My 2-year-old is at the door, and it's getting out of hand. She's standing there on this side of me by the stairs. She's yelling, he's this way. My fiance's in the house. I slammed the door. He opens the door. Now he's talking to his son. Listen,
Who opens the door?
my fiance. He says, this has nothing to do with me and you. This is between them. This is between the women. But you're not gonna take anything from her. He was talking about me. And they kind of got into their words, and they're getting close, and the 2-year-old is there. I push my son back, I move him back, and I slammed the door.
And then you made a decision not to pay her. I'm with you on everything until you make the decision not to pay her.
Yes.
That's the thing.
Yes.
I understand every word you're saying. You
Yes.
misunderstood when she said
Yes.
that.
Yes.
You didn't have the money because at that point you thought you weren't gonna pay it back. I understand that you decide to pay it back when you realize that you misunderstood. Everything is so good until then.
I got to that point after, as soon as they left from the door.
You have no
Matter
right
of
to
fact,
get to that point.
No, I'm skipping the part.
You have to know that that's not a defense.
Yeah, but I'm telling the truth.
Okay.
I have to tell the truth. Once I slammed the door, my fiance went, he grabbed the bottle, and he was coming back to the door.
A bottle?
He was, for
To
her
do
son.
what?
For
To
her
hit
son,
her
because
son?
her son wanted to fight. He's at the door. I didn't come here to lie. I'm telling the truth.
Well, how do you know her son wanted to fight?
Exactly.
Because he was yelling and screaming
He's
and-
yelling and he's getting close, and I don't give a this, that, and the third. You're gonna give my mother back the money, whatever.
Okay. So your
That's how I
fiance
know.
goes in, gets
Yes,
a
he did.
bottle, and
Yes,
then
he
what
did.
happens?
I closed the door to stop him from coming out. Now, after her and her son left, I know this was not Miss Span on the phone texting me, but I did get text. Better not take your kids to school. Your mother and your daddy, they gonna give it up hitchhike. You gotta be to work early in the morning. So I takes the next day off work, and I escort my fiance to take my son to school and to pick him up. My 10-year-old daughter was in day camp. I had to go through all that, and I did do a police report because I do security for a living. And I can't be fighting with somebody and get arrested and my license stopped, because at this point, I am the only bill payer in my house.
Who texted her that stuff?
Welcome back to the People's Court. Harvey Levin here. So if you had a really good friend and they borrowed $240 from you and they stiffed you, would you end that friendship?
I think I would straight away.
Because?
Because they owe me money and they're not giving it back, so.
That's a true statement. Would you end it?
I don't think I would if it was a really good friend, because she probably bought me that amount in food anyways. So.
That's true, but what if this was particularly a loan and she just said, screw you?
Then I would, yeah.
What do you think? Who wouldn't? Who wouldn't?
I would not. I would continue to be friends.
Okay, so here's my question, okay? So we got the 240 established. What if they borrowed 1,000 and wouldn't pay it back?
I mean, you keep going.
$2,000.
Yeah, it's a little different than
$5,000.
Yeah,
Would you?
that's a little different.
Would you 86 them?
Yes.
Exactly. Going inside the courtroom.
I texted her and I told her, I said, well, maybe if you don't want to pay, your mother and father will pay.
No. I'm talking about the text she just talked about that said, repeat them?
Better not take my kids to school.
No, I never texted that. You can
Who
look
did?
at
Who
look
did?
at my text.
It's coming from her phone, and I have mine as well.
I
But she
said-
doesn't think
yeah.
you're the one who did it, though.
I told her, I said,
It
I'll
wasn't
see you in the morning time. I'll see you in the morning. I had ideas. I see her in the morning.
no, you
and
did
then
issue
I
that.
did.
Was
and
that a
then
threat?
I even no, not really.
Well,
And
yeah,
then
but
I even-
it was meant to be perceived as a threat.
Yeah, well, I was trying to make her think I was serious about my money, and then I said that something else I said
What is
to her.
wrong with you guys?
Yeah.
Honestly, is this worth
But why
losing?
did it have to get this far?
I don't know. That's my question. That's you know who doesn't take it this far? Me.
Yeah.
But you guys take it this far. You guys take it this far regularly. It's not the first time. And you're sitting here, she's like loving on you while she's standing there. She's like, I love this woman. Do you love her too?
Yes.
Not so much now?
Not so much
I
now.
understand. I understand.
Because I never want to go through all of this with Sharice. I never thought that I would have to.
Over $240? You guys are killing me.
I apologize. We both, during our years of being friends, 10 years, we've made mistakes along the way.
Do you think you made a mistake this time?
I do, but I feel like she should have forgiven me and gave me the opportunity
Did you
to make it
apologize
better.
after all this?
I apologize, not after that date that
Oh,
me
well
and
then
her.
what are you talking about?
I was apologizing the whole time. We had a whole
no,
day's
that's
text
I
messages.
saw all those texts. Those are when you're trying to get a payment plan
Yeah.
that's smaller than what she had banked on.
I apologize.
Thank you.
I
After
apologize.
this all happened, did anybody make a move to
I
amend?
apologized to her the night before I paid. I paid her the $60 on that Saturday. I spoke to her that night.
You know what?
On
I'm
Friday.
done. I'm done.
Thank you.
No, don't thank me. You both have stuff to apologize for. Apologize to her for not paying the $240.
I am sorry I didn't pay you the $240.
And apologize to her for making it all into a street fight.
I apologize for that.
Do you really? Because you don't look sincere.
I
Now make it sincere. Don't you feel it?
Yeah, I really apologize for that. That
right.
you had to take me there.
$240 verdict to the plaintiff. Good luck, ladies.
Thank you.
I really do hope you work it out.
Okay.
Teresa and Maxine in court fighting with each other. Can you believe this?
No, not really.
Is it over now?
It is for me.
Was that resolution helped by the judge?
Yes.
Did you put it all behind you now?
Yeah.
There's your friend right over there. You want her out here?
Yes.
Come on out, Maxine.
Give me a hug.
I love you, girl.
I love you too.
This is better than the monkeys, isn't it?
Yes, it is. I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say that.
All right. All the best to you two, all right?
Thank you.
Harvey?
I got to tell you, I love this case because it really shows that you don't have to end a friendship over an honest agreement.